We're live.
Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild.
Live
I just wait for you
stream
to say that now.
Perfect.
Just wait for you to say that.
Live
Episode
stream takeover. Week 120.
120.
Seems like a big day.
It's crazy.
Crazy. So
I can't believe it's been 120 weeks of
yeah,
this.
I know.
We never run out of things to talk about.
No, I
Have you
can
noticed that?
I can find weird personality quirks of yours every day.
I'm sure. Shut up. I'm sure that we could spend easily 20 episodes on their own, all about flying cars.
You know what? If we
The viewership just dropped right
out. Yeah. If we just took the segments out already and put them in, like it easily makes 20.
Yeah. A retrospective look at all of the comments about flying cars.
Check in where you're watching from.
Let us know where you're watching from. And
when was the last time you rearranged your RC shelves?
I just did mine this morning. Or just now, actually.
Yeah, I just watched
5 minutes ago.
Do it.
Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know. Don't worry about it.
This morning.
120 weeks. Didn't even look at the number on the title. Wow. Yes, Magic School Truck. It's been 120 weeks.
Impressive, to say the most. So.
That's the absolute most we can say about it.
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
It's an impressive amount of time.
It is your birthday, period.
Not a good show.
Yeah, no. That's about all. But it's been on a bunch, so
yeah, it's been on a lot.
If you guys could look up what shows we've done more episodes than that people would be surprised about, that's what I want to hear.
Oh yeah. What shelves? Well, some of us put our trucks on shelves.
Yeah. What? Ben, I like Ben's answer here. Widened the path in the RC room a bit yesterday. I feel that. That's one that hits. Like
it cuts deep that one
because like, you know what? I need to do that again.
Yeah. Every time I start a new project, or even if I revisit an old project that hasn't been finished yet, I kind of have to go, okay, before I can get started on that, I have to make room in here for that project.
Yeah.
It's
tough.
It's hard.
I know. Mine is kind of. This room breathes. I feel like inhales things, and then I have to
It's like, isn't there? And someone can Google this for me and check it, but isn't there like a Rhode Island sized mass in the United States of like organic material, like it's like a moss or it's like a mold or some sort of fungus?
That's it. It's a mushroom, but it's in like Australia or New Zealand.
Is it in Australia? I thought it was in America.
No, I think it's
somebody Google it for me. But it's like a living, breathing thing.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like
it's like the world's largest single organic item or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
DK wants to know if season 8 will be super dark and disappointing. And I mean, not all of them are super dark, but all of them are very disappointing.
Exactly. We try and,
we're living the dream in that regard. Yeah. It started already? Yeah. Somehow we started on time tonight.
Yeah. What? How did that happen?
TT. I don't know.
Savage Patch. Thank you very much for the donation. That's a fantastic username. Savage Patch.
Is it like Cabbage Patch, do you think?
Right.
Yeah.
You remember Garbage Patch Kids? Did you have those?
Don't go anywhere.
Oh no. You know what I know you can still hear me since you have your headphones. What I've been getting lately is people sending me photos of Schwan Man trucks driving around.
Oh, I know. It's constant in the mod chat.
Yeah.
It's like all everybody cares about is the Schwan Man now.
I've got them from a few other places as well. I'm just like, what do you know? Still going strong.
I knew hanging on to these
Garbage
would
pail
come
kids,
in handy.
Right there. Look at they're so pristine.
I know. I have so many of them. These are all from my childhood.
That even as a child, you kept your items so pristine.
Garbage Pail Kids Art Gallery.
Oh my God.
Doug Plug. I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's so many. Willy Wipeout.
Oh,
for when you're pooping. I have so many. It's crazy.
And you had them at such a convenient distance from yourself. That was impressive.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
It's great. Yes, they were all like like I said, everything's within arm's reach pretty much.
Yeah, evidently. Even your vintage Garbage Pail Kid.
Well, but Josh, do you have a collection of all of the keys from Las Vegas?
Oh my God, no. I keep nothing. Well, other than way too many things. Never mind. Take that back.
Yeah, exactly. I got them all here.
Savage Patch again. Thank you, sir. Love the SCX24 build. Over 400 into mine. Here's pro tip. Never add up the dollars.
Never.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You're going to hate yourself. And your wife might see that.
Yeah, exactly. I did a live stream on Friday with the SCX24s because I had some chassis that came in from Hard Park RC, and I was Friday afternoon at work. I was like, what am I going to do about a stream tonight? I was trying to think. So I was like, I've got those chassis. I was like, I'll do a chassis swap. So I built a couple of those.
Swapping chassis.
So put the chassis into a bowl and see who we went home with.
Fun fact, Art Gallery was Matt's idol growing up, hence all the tattoos. Yes. Matt's a true nerd. That's where J Concepts gets their names for things.
That would be so much more clever.
Yeah. Honda Guy 84 said something here that I think is probably for you. Or actually, no, it's for me. My everyday carry is all of that stuff. He can fit it all in his pockets. Yeah. My everyday carry is items that you would never, ever expect me to have.
Oh, my God. I forgot. I need to find out who it was. But first of all, Gunnar Nissen, thank you, sir. Tonight's code, #I bought Schwans today. Satisfied Jerky, 10% off. There's your code.
Hey, speaking of, well, that's for mail call, but jerky delivery.
Oh, my goodness.
Jerky delivery.
You're going to be... Did you eat the bacon yet?
Yes, I've had 3 of the bags of bacon already.
Mine are long gone because they're freaking incredible.
It's a whole different world.
Anyway, after our EDC topics from last week, when I discussed my mini pry bar and how useful it has been on a daily basis, pretty much, someone messaged me to go, hey, did you know that there is an EDC store in...
Yeah, we talked about that on the stream.
Did we?
Yeah.
That there was an actual store? Okay. Oh, that's right.
Dana.
I know. It was a comment we were talking about. You were in my live stream on Friday, wasn't it?
Maybe that's it.
Either way, it was. I was going to go Saturday.
Did you go? Oh, you didn't go.
And I didn't. I was out all day Saturday with a wicked headache.
I know.
I was on the couch. I didn't even put on pants. Well, So.
Pants?
All day. It was that bad of a day.
You wear pants. Not in Sacramento, you don't. Although, can you still get away with pants right now? Short pants.
Shorts. No, I'm in short. It's been over 100 lately. Today, not quite over 100, but whatever that comes to in centimeters. So. No pants. Where was the pry bar?
Yeah. Where was all your everyday carry, you dingus?
Oh my God.
In a Ziploc bag next to my bed. Hey, Savage Patch, thanks for checking in, and thank you very much for that. You can ask questions.
Yes.
Please ask questions. It makes this... the EDC store is next to the Leftorium.
Only left-handed items.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Ned Flanders owned that store.
Did he? I did not know
Yes.
that.
Mr. Burns came in and bought the left-handed driving car.
So there's been a car that I've seen pop up on Instagram quite a bit lately, or also like on TikTok. It's hashtag solo car. Have you seen this thing yet?
No,
It's,
but I do want to talk about another car today, so save that.
One person electric car, 3 wheels, obviously.
Yeah, that's why it showed up on your
yeah. Looks
hashtag 3-wheeler.
Pretty interesting. It's like,
what's it called?
Just look up hashtag solo car. See if it pops up for you. It doesn't look bad. MSRP is shown at like $18K USD. So it's better looking than you would think. It's got a bit of a hatch to it, so a little bit of trunk space to hold. I'm like,
the Electromechanica Solo Car.
Solo car. Yes.
Hey, it's in Vancouver, British Columbia. You know what? That doesn't look so bad. It looks like a squished Insight.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like,
you know, the old Honda Insight?
Someone just comp cut the Insight and narrowed it, and then
they pinched the rear, but not the front. All right. That's not going to do very well in a Cup, but I do like it.
It's got fender coverage still, so I can really see.
Yeah. You get scale points because it's got 2 mirrors and a wiper.
Yeah, a wiper. Has a cup holder. It has 2 doors still. You can get out either side.
You can get out from either side. It doesn't matter.
Both
I like
windows go down. I agree.
What was I looking at that blew my mind? The McMurtry Spearling
the fan car.
Oh my God.
Whoa. Now, if you guys didn't watch Goodwood Festival of Speed coverage at all, it was wicked fast.
Wicked fast.
I feel like we should do a fan car now, Matt.
Dude, it's so funny you say that, because when I saw it, I was like, this is the next monthly challenge. This is the next monthly mayhem. We're doing it.
I know.
We're doing it. Now we have to find the worst platform to do it.
That's what I was just going to say. I was like, what platform that would be terrible are we going to make a fan car out of?
Clodbuster.
The most special edition ever. What are we going to call this special edition? Gray.
The fan truck. That's too many words.
Yeah.
Let's take F and truck and combine that somehow.
Yeah.
Savage Patch again. Thank you very much. I mainly just watch on my TV, on my phone, showing love. I don't talk much. Cheers. Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Very kind of you. Very kind of you. I like watching Matt's hair gray over 120 episodes from Josh. By the way, my wife calls you the good Canadian, and that guy, Josh.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
It's got 3 headlights, eh?
I like to bring that level to the stream. Yeah.
Aging me.
God.
It's 120 weeks of episodes, but it's 400 weeks of aging.
It's like being president. Holy crap. Brazen Scale says, so I won an SCX6 at Axialfest. That's
nice.
Impressive. And I already have one. Keep it as a spare for buddies to drive or sell it cheap to a buddy. Maybe I should make it a fan car. Can you imagine the fan you would need for said fan car? Who can we get to sponsor the fan? Like, can we get
Dyson?
Or do we go big? You do Dyson. You're more of a Dyson guy. I feel like
it's funny. I ordered a Dyson fan today.
I'm more of like big ass fan guy.
Oh, hey, we have there's a guy with a truck, the Big Ass Fans company.
Yeah,
he's like he lives around the corner.
No kidding. I feel like that's more of the difference between us.
You know what I'll do is I'll just wait until he gets into his truck, and I'll be like, "Hey,
sir, can I talk to you about some RC cars?"
Pardon me. Do you like RC cars? Get out of here. Yes, the gray special edition. It's gray. The Clodbuster. It's gray.
So I had poked a little fun at the gray edition, special edition.
Duh.
And I got an email from Tamiya the next day from Fred over there, and he was just like, he's a good sport. Like he by all means understands my poking.
Yes.
But he's like, it is molded in gray. The chrome bits are black instead. It comes with a special Hobby Wing dual motor ESC. I'm like,
oh,
okay.
Sick.
Great. So it makes it a little bit easier for guys who are actually built. I'm just like, but still, great.
Look, great. Just don't. Look, it looks good. It's probably the best looking Clodbuster since the original.
What does that say, though?
They had a lot of ugly ones.
I was going to say, I was like, it's not Clodbusters. The only reason anybody likes the Clodbuster is nostalgia.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like, and that's enough.
And I'm old enough to appreciate that. That's all I need.
The only reason I have some appreciation for them is because that's what we used to make crawlers before there was any sort of crawler you could buy.
Yes, I know.
And so, but speaking of Brett, I think Brett should keep the SCX6 and just go wild with it.
Oh, put all the aluminum on it.
I'm thinking like right before Axialfest, I'm just going to see if I can one weekend jam on my SCX6 and like buggy it out.
Okay.
I feel like I need two. IFS it, God. And put two twos on it.
Two.
Make it smaller.
Yes. Yes, definitely do that.
Although it seems like you could IFS the SCX6 way easier because of all like the monster trucks that are probably kind of within that range. You just have to find one with the right diff, the whole deal.
Yes.
You could do it pretty easy.
It'd be fun. Make it a ducted fan unit. Oh, and DK came in with, I've decided I'm naming it this because we're doing this challenge, obviously.
Oh, I'm up for it. We just got to pick the car now.
Yeah.
And
maybe felony or infraction. It should be an on-road. Well, that makes it too easy though.
That makes it kind of close to already on the nose.
Yeah. So we have to go elsewhere with it. But he's like, this is my OnlyFans truck. Brilliant name. It's brilliant. I'm doing it.
Oh, that is a good name.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm stealing that one, DK.
You want to talk about just derailing your monetization for that video series already. Do it. The clearly recognizable OnlyFans logo that we all recognize, like, regardless of your subscription status. But just put it right on the car in a permanently blurred out way. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like it's always blurred.
Yeah,
perfect.
It's just painted in blur. Like
Oni said, IFS and 1.9 tires, limited edition. Charge way more.
Yeah, charge way more, and put a
$1,800
body on it. Make it,
Yes. Yeah, that's amazing. So yes, we'll talk about our OnlyFans project at some further juncture.
Don't ever refer to you and I in any sort of like. Separate your statements, sir.
Listen,
demand it.
There's a lot of legitimate operators out there. Okay,
I know. I see that charge too. But listen, there's some artists on there. It's not just about that type of work.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Well, we do have Tony from CCxRC on tonight.
Yes, so we should do mail call beforehand.
Let's do mail call real quick.
I have a lot, so it can't be real quick. Listen,
I didn't get that many things this week, and I didn't get the holler yet.
You still haven't got the holler.
I don't know. I think maybe it's gone. It's okay if that's fine. I'm not upset. If that happened, it happened. Maybe they're mad at me. Who knows?
So I'm currently in the state of having to sell trucks and then replace them for the series.
Yes.
So I've got I don't know if I should show this or not. Maybe I shouldn't show this.
No, show it.
No, that's stuff for Flip That Truck. So maybe I should.
Oh, come on. Don't be so elitist. Just show it. Who cares? People will watch the video still.
Okay, I guess. So I had to replace the first truck that I sold, which was that SCX1. And the first part of it is that I bought a tube chassis.
Nice.
For $50.
Okay. That's a pretty good deal.
It's a really good deal. It needs a little bit of work.
It looks okay though. It looks pretty clean.
It's very if you guys remember, like in the U4 days, it was called he made the Beast chassis. Mike Duncan out of SoCal. Well, I can't remember. RC Fab
Works.
Is that right? It sounds right.
Mike Duncan, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like one of his. It's not one of his.
Oh,
I know who built this, but it's solid rod, so it's a bit heavy. But that's going to be
your cat.
That's going to be the start of one of them. So, and then I got a roller for it, but it's not here. So, and I got that pretty cheap too. So you go next.
Okay, jerky. Jerky arrived.
Yeah.
I will say that Gunner admittedly is like, I'm not much of a sriracha fan, but the sriracha so good. And it's bacon, but it's very, very good. I'm enjoying that greatly. Thank you very much, Gunner. The thingy's pinned in the chat there, so go buy some jerky. I've got three more things.
You go next. Well, I'll go next, I guess.
Yes.
I got some like kind of boring hardware stuff, but I think you guys might be. It's boring. A good tip for if you're a builder.
Now Josh is giving you just the tip.
I use almost like scale safety wire in a way to like hold on small wires or parts that a zip tie. Zip ties just look bulky, and I hate using them often.
Well, that's if you don't hide them well.
I don't care where. Sometimes you just have to put a zip tie in places, and they just don't look good.
Well, not if you do it right.
So, I use safety wire, or jeweler's wire, floral wire a lot, but I found some new like black jeweler's wire.
Oh, nice.
Blends even better. You can get this stuff on Amazon. Just search black jeweler's wire or black floral wire. It's 22 gauge or 26 gauge. I think this is 22. But you just cut a little length of this and you kind of speed tie your cables or your panels, like if you're doing aluminum panels on with this stuff, and it's so much cleaner than zip ties. But I was out of the normal silver, so I got silver and I found the black. Buy that. Also, last piece of the hardware stuff. I needed this for the LC70. Ended up buying 6 sticks of it, but it's actually it's just M3 all thread, which
cool.
You don't see as often as 440 632. Also on Amazon, 2 pieces, 250 millimeter M3 all thread for like $7.
That's handy. That can
it is handy. So things you should possibly look at having in your toolbox.
Yeah. Is the headset thing new? No, we always every single episode wear headphones.
Yep.
Otherwise, there's a massive echo. Echo. Okay, my turn. I got some new sanding sponges in varying grits.
You, for a second, gave me crap about jeweler's wire.
What are you talking about? This is important. This is important.
Oh, what's her name? God, Elaine. We'll start calling you Elaine.
Can't spare a sponge. No, that's can't spare square. I know. And then also from Mr. Hobby, I got Mr. Almighty clips. And these are pretty handy because, when you're painting things, sometimes you need to just clip them on and then you can stick them in a piece of styrofoam or whatever. And these are kind of disposable. But you know me, there's 36 in here, and there'll be 36 in here when I die. I won't throw those away.
I'm missing some parts. I must have forgot to put them in my bag. But next, I got the new ProTech 1K TBL.
Yes.
This arrived today. So it's the new one from ProTech. 1,080 ounce-inches of power.
Did you see the video of it like deadlifting weights?
Yeah, I was there.
You were probably directing the video.
I was standing behind where the video was shot.
I know you guys make a lot of vides, and they get a couple of views here and there. But I think I know how to make this better.
Yeah.
And you stood in front of it, and you're like, hello, everyone. What's up, everyone?
I wasn't there when they filmed it. I was right. Yeah,
he kept putting his hand under the servo arm.
Yeah.
Tapping it. Those are direct wire, right?
No. These are regular.
What?
Regular power.
So 1,000 ounce inches at what voltage? 7? 8? That's incredible.
Which is safe for about any servo. Like
yeah.
If you're running a Castle BC, even if your servo says 7.2, just run 8.4 because it's fine.
You heard it here first.
But holy BEC. So they while I was there, that was something they were showing. Is they put it on there, they were lifting the weights and showing the stall voltage, and it was like 6 amps. So you do need a beefy BEC, but yes. I think a Castle Mamba X has a 8 or 10 amp, and then of course a Castle regular standalone BEC 10 amp, which is what I'll be running alongside of. Oh, and this was one of the things they were like proud of, is that they flipped the lasering so that it's right side up when it's facing down in a crawler chassis. They're like, we flipped the lasering. And the guy who was in there who like helps that side of the product development, he's just like, yeah, I'm a racer. I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. I'm like,
why do you need all this?
In crawler chassis, no, it was because of the lasering. Like, it was a big deal to flip. He's like, that's not the right way. It goes the other way. Like, no.
1080 ounce inches of torque, and your ESC lights on fire when you use it.
So,
did I show these last week?
No.
These are tire decals.
We talked about tire decals because you put the Bridgestones on the Kyosho.
Yeah, that's right. So this is the sheet that you get them off of. MCI
Oh,
Racing.
You got them on a sheet?
Yeah.
I was
just cut them out yourself and stick them on. So very handy if you're detailing a vehicle and you want to have cool-looking logos.
Good?
It's pretty good. It's probably more for like a Mabushi motor and less for a brushless motor, but
Did you lose any on your most recent filming extravaganza?
No comment. Yes, I did actually.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, there's one missing on the Tundra.
Okay.
And I believe 2 missing on the Challenger.
Okay.
But I don't know. I didn't notice this before, I'm giving away stuff that's going to be in my next video coming out tomorrow probably. But the discs the disc spins with the tire and the rotor or the
rotor static.
Yeah.
That's quite scale.
Yeah, quite scale, right?
It's nice, isn't it? It's a nice detail. Honestly, Kyosho does.
I like the
that
phasers.
Phaser platform is so basic, but so good.
Yep.
Like.
All right, I got one more thing.
Okay. I have.
Are you?
More than.
Hurry up. Go.
Oh,
then you go.
I got 2 of the, and I forgot some of the parts that go along with these. I got 2 of the 179 Smart micros. Reeves came out with these. I got these with the winch setup.
Yeah.
The micro winch setup.
He's sending me both of those micro servos.
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm also getting the ProTech one as well.
Hey, what do you know? So next week you'll just be slightly behind me, like normal.
Yep. Canadian time.
Yeah, so I've been running a suck down winch in the Class 2 truck that I was running in the video that I put out yesterday with the new Vanquish VXT2s, which was part of the I had built that truck and like talked about it a little bit, but I'd never showed it. It was like because it had the new tires on it. When I did the painting of that body, the Power Wagon body, the like patinaed paint job.
Yeah.
I talked about it in the video, and I was like, this truck will actually have gold wheels on it, and because I had swapped the wheels to put different ones on it, and the ones that I swapped on were also gold already. I was like, it has gold wheels, like. I just like when I was editing, I realized these things. I'm like, no one's gonna catch that, but it's fine. But if you go back, you can see my catching myself and things that I shouldn't be saying. But I've been running the larger winch in there. I was like, I'm gonna try running a front and rear suck down winch just to try it out.
Try it on all four corners.
I mean, side hill.
DK said, pretty sure my ex needs a new suck down winch.
Did people notice the tires at the comp? Yeah, the guys that are there are
guys in the know.
Well, they're super competitive. Like that group there, they come from the original comp crawling days, and they would still only be doing that if there was enough people to support it more. But there's really not. So the scale side, they go to that. But they're wild competitive. So everything, they're just like, that's different. That's new. But they're also cool enough that they're not like taking photos and posting on the internet. And
oh, that's nice.
It is.
That's nice.
They get the deal.
You should have just put should just written on it with like a white Sharpie. Duratrax.
just something else. Deep woods.
Nobody would have ever looked at them again.
Deeper woods. Like
deepest. These are the deepest woods. All right, finally for me, I got this really nice notepad from GCM Racing. And included, when you buy the notepad, they include a C-Max chassis kit.
Oh, well, that's a bonus.
It's a pretty expensive notepad, but the perks are well worth it. This is the longest wheelbase C-Max that they offer.
How long is the longest?
I think it's like 13.9 inch wheelbase. And then there's some extender bits if you need to go longer.
What are you building? Are you mad that you didn't get the hauler?
I'm building my own hauler. Oh, yeah? I'll show you. Anyway, I'm not sure I need these, but good to have just in case. Leaf sprung chassis. I'll be running one of their LRT transmission doodads motor up front. This is for the CUCV. Or CUCV.
Right, however you want to say it.
More commonly known. Do you need a bigger suck-down winch for such a long chassis? Coming up next on the OnlyFans.
Damn it. I had other parts and
winches.
I don't know what I did with them.
All right, good. Well, we can get that over with and get Tony on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, before we do that, somebody was asking, is that a new trophy truck behind you? Yes. If you've been following along on Instagram, I triggered everyone today.
Yes. One of my coworkers actually said, why does it say Ford? Like, because that's the joke.
There's the joke. And someone also actually gave me a really good piece of advice. He goes, on the tailgate, just put Jeep. And I was like, yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. But I think I have a better idea.
You have a better idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Ram. Just big, bold letters on the back.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the Gatekeeper chassis from Element RC. Trailing arm, rear suspension. Made a big cage in the back. And doing some fun paint work on it. This is that Chevy Silverado pre-runner body from Proline.
Yes, which
All
you're making me like much better than I did initially when Proline posted the photos of it.
It was not good in the photos. It's Mazda. It's actually even better. I think that's great, DK. He's on fire tonight.
I mean, yes, Datsun even. You go with something that just
Mitsubishi, maybe? Hyundai. There's a lot of great choices out there. But keeping it in the Ford Chevy theme, I think, is probably best. So maybe I'll put like a Ford. I'll put Explorer on the back, something stupid. Okay. Yes. All right. Let's get Anthony
Thomas.
Add
Thomas.
How do I do that again? More. Add participants.
Oh, and then I got
Tony. Tony CC. And add. He better be there, boy. I know he's been popping in the chat. Oh, my audio just went goofy. There
yes,
he is.
Did.
Stand by. Guest speaker. Tony, see you. 1 second.
Oh, I do not see him yet, but that's okay. Let me see. Got it.
Boop, beep, boop, beep. Tony. Tony.
I'm on top of it tonight.
Bam! Hello, Tony.
I can't hear him, though.
Try speaking again, Tony.
Hear me now?
You're very quiet, but you're there.
How about
See,
now?
nope, still very,
Keep going.
very quiet. Turn it to 11.
Or 15.
Whatever it takes.
How about this?
There we go.
There we
That's
go.
it?
There
All
he
right.
is. You can go a little bit higher, even.
I haven't
if you
used
wanted.
Skype since
There you are. Hello.
I don't even know.
Ounce inches matter. That's a pretty funny shirt.
So you guys were talking. I'm like, I'm wearing the perfect T-shirt.
You are. That's great.
I like it. I like it.
I like that too. Is that on the Tony CCxRC?
It is. I
Teespring
almost wore my
page?
Hoonigan shirt. I'm glad I didn't because it would have been awkward.
Not as awkward as last week.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
Matt and
We
I
were
both had
all
our
wearing
Hoonigan shirts on.
Hoonigan shirts.
Oh, alrighty then. Good stuff.
Josh, just stay the same size for once, would you?
Tony CCxRC, if you guys are not familiar with, runs Monster Jam. He is the owner of Monster Jam and all affiliates.
If it's a monster truck, he's owned it.
Yeah,
Even if it's brand new and you bought it,
he's driven
he's
every
owned
monster
it
truck.
for you. Yeah.
If
He's
I
driven all the real
haven't,
ones
I have it
too.
in the box sitting in the corner waiting to be built.
Or
I have a
reviewed.
couple of those.
Oh dear.
Yes. But anyway, CCxRC is his YouTube channel.
Yes.
He does a
It's
little
also
bit more of everything than Matt or I.
true. He's a lot more well-rounded, much nicer,
Yes.
more talented, better looking.
You know, yeah.
But
this is a real feel-good
I'm more
episode for us.
stock, I would say. Less skilled builder.
Well, that's right. It is the
My
skilled
painting
builder's
skills,
guild.
however, are probably better than Josh's. So,
Hands down.
although I haven't tried the patina technique yet, so he may have just stepped past me.
I used more than one color on a body, so we are now on equal playing fields.
So
All
when,
out of a
when I
all
use
out of a
more than one
can,
color on a body, I get an instant patina that's accidental, and it looks kind of cool. Like stuff starts cracking, and I'm like, I meant to do that. I'm gonna own this.
Sick.
Yep.
Call
So,
me Tony
I guess-
Pollock.
Yeah. Meant to do that.
If you're such a monster truck guy, can we talk about the new Clodbuster real quick?
Sure. I haven't
I mean,
been
it's
able
not
to look at it
new.
other than on the Scale News update.
Well,
Ugh,
it's
that show.
a different color.
It's
It was
great.
gray. I have the black one, which I thought was special, and now it feels less special because the gray one is now out, and
Right.
it's more special.
Yeah, it
Yes.
says it right on the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gray, and it has black parts rather than chrome parts. And so that seems like a bonus. And blue shocks.
The
Yeah,
bumpers
but-
are blue too, aren't they?
So
It
here's
doesn't
the
matter.
thing with those. Most everything, like you keep the axles.
Yep, kind
Yeah.
That's about it.
of. Yeah.
Aw.
that's-
Yeah.
Hey, it's nostalgia, Tony. Some of us have that.
Tony, what's your feelings on vintage RCs?
Well, we've like evolved in,
Right.
and some people are
Yes.
just kind of like, they don't like evolution.
When.
Yeah.
I remember
So-
when. This is just like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
I'm right there
boy.
with you. Like,
Yeah.
we've improved. Let's not do that anymore.
But okay, here's the thing though. And just real quick, because we should ask Tony real questions about Tony and not
These are real questions.
No, these are
This
great.
is like-
I like it. I actually
But-
think that the Clodbuster is one of the best. I mean, the axles in it are stinking durable. Like, we put full brushless power in each axle, and just like run them like crazy. You know, they'll break and they're a pain in the ass to fix, but you know, like, because the screws, like to get them off, like the screws are on the inside. If you want to change out like the arms of the axle, like, oh my gosh, you got to disassemble the whole transmission because they're on the inside. So you build it from the inside out. And if you just break like your little, control arm or whatever, whole thing's got to come apart. Like
that's the Tamiya way, though, Tony. You know that.
I mean, but other than that, I mean, like the gears themselves are like insane.
Oh yeah, they're super wide, just super fat. Like because we used to run them in super class with tires that were just.
Oh yeah. But there's my question. Don't you think that something like a Clodbuster could be a gateway drug for me to other monster trucks?
In the 90s?
Shut up, Josh. This is not a question for you.
They're, so the thing about them is like for racing, they're the most fun, like because they suck. So It's like equal playing field. You have these like obstacles that absolutely like roll the truck over. If you just hit it at like, there's like that 10% speed you have to hit it in. If you don't, you high center or you roll. So like that kind of stuff's fun. Like there's like an equalizer. So like the kids that win every week don't always win. So that's why I liked that class. Cause like I couldn't go fast with everybody else, but I could win in the retro class. But, no, I mean, I think they're cool and it's a gateway, but
yeah, like, so it could lead me to get an LMT then.
No, just start with the LMT. I mean, it's way more fun. Like it's probably the most fun RC that's out there for a basher / whatever. If you have a small yard,
right, I'll get one.
Now, what if you thought about this, Tony? What if someone asked you or proposed to you even, that they were going to get an LMT and then put a Tamiya hard body on it? Would you say that would be a good idea?
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Come on, you guys are the worst.
Dude, there's so much power, you're gonna break it in like 10 seconds.
Thanks for coming on the show, Tony. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for coming.
It has no front end to it anymore. Like,
all right,
I call it, because the SUD is like son of a digger SUD. I call mine the POS SUD because like the whole front end is gone because it just busts straight out when you run it because it's a beast.
So we're talking about monster trucks.
But no, so we don't have to talk about monster trucks. We can talk about the minis again you were talking about. Those are cool.
Tractors for a second. Psycho13 Garage, thanks very much. He says, this is to ask Tony about his tractor he is so fond of.
I think my tractor's sexy, so...
Oh, it's so good. I have tractor envy.
What kind of tractor do you have?
Dude, I got a John Deere 1025R with a backhoe and a front end loader. I've also now got the pallet forks.
Oh,
because nice. I got a 2-foot by 4-foot vacuum former now in my basement.
You got a 2-foot by 4-foot?
So I had to get a pallet fork in to lift that heavy thing out of the back of my truck. I mean, it's 1970s. It's like Dynamax or Dynavac, and it's like the buttons and stuff like total Star Trek, like switches but it's cool. Like it auto does stuff. There's automated parts to it. That's cool. Like it'll drop.
Dude, I didn't see. Have you done any? Have you put any content on that?
No, I had to get a 50 amp. I had to get 50 amp installed to plug it in, and yeah. So
awesome.
I went to Wisconsin to pick it up.
15 amp? Because you can charge it that,
Yeah.
Any battery you like.
I charge at 25 amps. No, 20 amps now because of my Spectrum. Those batteries can do it 25 amps, 5C charge rate on those 5,000 G2s.
On a 5,000, not on a 450.
Oh,
no. You'd blow that up in 2 seconds.
Oh, no, you wouldn't. Trust me.
Did you blow one up?
No.
Oh, okay.
He was just charging a 450 at 15 amps at our comp table.
It wasn't a 450. It was an 850.
Well, they won't even charge all the way because you can't plug in enough of the lower. Like it'll say it's done, but you're only like 10% charged.
Yeah. Tony, no. Don't worry about it, Tony.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on the show.
But no, I have severe tractor envy because the size of his little John Deere with the front loader and the backhoe combo, perfect combo. So
that's why he moved. That's why he moved to where he did.
Yeah.
He needed space for a new tractor.
So you
right on the river, it floats
move.
now, so I fish in it. And
Right. You're in Michigan now from
Virginia.
Virginia, right?
Yeah, I remember when you guys had to look where Virginia was on the coast.
I knew about where it was at. I just know that
it's next to West Virginia.
Yeah. It's just east or west of it.
Probably
just above
a
North
bit.
Carolina, like right on the coast is where we were.
Yeah. I definitely thought it was further up, but
it seems like it should be further up.
Yeah, it seems like it's, like Maryland.
Dude, it was freaking hot all the time. It was like humidity at 100. Like it was at 11 all the time. Like you walked outside and you're like, new underwear, please. Like it was the worst. You go crawling and you're like, well, I won't be able to walk for the next week, but it was worth it.
Yeah. That's on his OnlyFans. It's CCxRC/OnlyFans. Speaking of merch, is that the Axialfest Badlands hat?
Yes. Isn't this awesome?
That's a great looking hat.
Yeah. Hopefully they have them for you guys at the West Coast.
I'm not going to that one.
No kidding.
I was supposed to go to the West Coast one this year, and then things changed, and I got to go to East. So
you have to go to the one right by your house instead.
Yeah. Which was convenient, but
how convenient for you. That's good.
Hopefully now I go to Proline by the Fire. So I need to get out west.
Perfect.
We'll see you there because we're all going to that.
We all just booked an Airbnb today. The Mod Squad compound.
That sounds like you're going to make a lot of money on OnlyFans.
Oh boy, we're going to call it the Content House.
We could do a live stream. There's at least 3 YouTubers that are going to be there.
Ooh, true story. We have. There's a Friday. We'll be there for a Friday night too.
Well, there you go.
It's the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, Gunnar Nissen, thank you very much. How many times has Tony watched Flying Cars? And why is the answer 0? Also, does Tony like jerky?
So, funny story. I told you, I think this, Matt, that I actually had a jerky company reach out to me before you guys started talking about jerky. Because my brother used to do their website, and he started following because he did RC cars, like my RC stuff. He's like, hey, I think I actually know your brother. And so he talked to my brother, and then so he's like, hey, we should try and do something. And I was like, But he sent me like this huge box of jerky, like a 10-year supply of like. So I joke about it whenever I'm out, or even when we're doing our live stream where we, copied you guys exactly and had jerky and all that going. So I didn't have any discount codes, but
spammer.
Country Meats. Their ghost pepper ones are pretty awesome. Ghost fire.
You can't listen. Sorry, Tony. You can't talk about other jerky companies on this show.
I had to because I saw what Dean had posted at the top there.
Son of a. All right. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Tony. It's 3 times you've been kicked off. Let's make it 4. Have you seen? So I
watched it on a flight. Flying Cars. I just posted.
You watched it?
Remember?
You did watch it. Yeah, that's right.
I sent Josh an email the night of, and I liked it. And he was like, came on like the show and was like, man, that thing was trash. Like, and I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was kind of all right.
It's not that bad. It's horrible.
It was rad. Like, it was as bad as rad.
Mm-hmm.
But it was totally genre specific, and I'm like, I feel that guy. Like I'm that guy in a way, right?
Tony, stop.
You cannot feel for that guy.
Go watch it again.
Yeah, I did.
You can't feel for that guy.
He's a total creep.
He's a POS.
No, so I was doing that though. So I was a video editor, and I was leaving work at lunch and going and filming YouTube videos at lunch. Like, dude, totally.
I would never do that, ever.
No.
I love my job.
Yeah.
And I would never, ever leave my job to film
your
RC
footage
cars.
When you got back after lunch, maybe on the clock?
All the time, man.
All
the time.
Sitting there in your thin ties.
Thin ties, extremely tight pants.
I had the squared bottom tie. What are you talking about? The one that had all like the ripples in it and stuff?
Mine had piano keys on it.
No, I mean, it was like rad, like, and then he did the whole basher thing. and he was jumping it off that hill, like the BMX jumps. That's exactly what I did. And I sent it to flat ground like an idiot.
Oni said, Tony, but were you dating Jailbait at the time?
No, I was not dating Jailbait. There was no cute girls working at our hobby shops.
Scott O'Blander has a legit question here.
So
is Tony the jock character and Pablo is Matt, or is it is it
Oh, who's who in that? I don't know.
Oh yeah, good. Pablo. Oh right, yeah. Tony's probably more the filmmaker than I am.
So
well, I did just get a camcorder, so I'm not really the filmmaker anymore.
Oh,
yeah.
I saw a photo of you today at Badlands.
Yeah,
with that.
Yeah,
that's a
camcorder, baby.
You had made it larger somehow in that. Did you have like a whole rig on top of it too, or did it just look bigger in pictures?
I don't know where we're going with this, but
tonight.
No, I didn't have anything on that. I mean, I normally
Takeover.
would carry like a GH5 with like a big old like 5-inch monitor on it and like the side grip, and it ends up being heavier than that stupid thing, and I can like handhold that thing down at the ground easier.
And that thing does like what, 120 frames a second?
No, 60. But it zooms like 20x. Like I don't have to change lenses or anything like that. So it's like zzz, like optical zoom.
Which one is it, Tom?
The CX350 by Panasonic. So I have GH5. So
that's old.
Yeah, you're thinking of the DVX 200 or something.
Does it still shoot on high 8?
No, it's 4K.
Yeah.
It just came out like a year ago.
Memory sticks, like 128 meg at a time. Just
Pixel Vision records on a cassette tape.
Well, the only other thing was like Canon. Canon doesn't do 60p on theirs until you spend like $5,000.
Yeah,
I know.
They're so far behind with the camcorder game. Like, but these things become annoying to shoot with. Like, they're just
battery life, and
I'll tell you what though, the A7C that I have, that battery lasts forever.
Oh, you got the cinema one?
Oh man,
I'm so surprised.
And that one's got the fans and everything on it too, right?
No. A7C is the cheap full frame.
Yeah.
Oh, not the S.
Super nice.
It's so good
because they've got the cinema one now. That's what I was looking at, but still, it's just like by the time you put all the stuff on it, it becomes like this. It takes forever to set up when you get there. This one, I literally flipped the switch and hit record, and like,
when I did my first Axialfest gig, I borrowed a Sony FX9, which at the time was a pretty great camera.
Yeah, they're nice.
But yeah, it was total pain in the ass, and it was an early system for slow motion. You could do 240, but you could only do it in like a burst mode.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, let's do it. You only had 10 seconds of super slow motion before, and then it took like a 30-second.
And that's like no sound or whatever. That's like actually shot in slow mo.
Yeah,
already to 24p or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's
variable
the other Sony,
variable rate.
There's that other Sony that'll shoot like 960 FPS for short, and it's like the size of your
but
ZV1.
It's like a 560. It's like
it's like 120
120
by like 60. It's the worst resolution ever.
I mean, this one will do 120 and 240, at like 720 and 1080. But I just shoot at 60 and call it good.
But 50%. Actually, you know what? This nicely segues into your Axialfest Badlands video, which I just finished watching before we started this stream. And I gotta say, it was phenomenal, man. Like, that was one of the best docu-style looks at an Axialfest event in recent memory. So you did an excellent job on it. I hope it gets a lot of attention because it really sold you on the event. And if you haven't been to an Axialfest,
oh man, it was a blast.
Go watch that video because it really, honestly, it sums it up perfectly. It was really well shot too. Lots of great footage in there.
Lots of zooms, old school zooms.
20x. Zooms,
I was like, hello, I got zoom, baby.
You can go from 1, you can go maybe 2x. If 2x isn't working for you, You can go all the way to 5.
Yeah.
And then
This one
maybe
goes
even
to
beyond
11.
that. No, it goes to 20.
It does go to 20. But no, so like the thing that made me buy that was Monster Jam. So when you're like filming the monster trucks, and I'm editing those videos now, and they suck because like they're zoomed, like they're way over there at the starting gate.
Yep.
And then like they come all the way up to you, and so you got to zoom out. So either you leave it zoomed out the whole time and you can't see them at the starting blocks, or you got to like rack it, like just like in the whole camera, tilts as you rack it. And so I was like, if I'm going to do that kind of stuff, I need to get a zoom again.
Good on you, man. That's a good choice.
So yeah.
I like the thought.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. That video, I kind of faked it all because I didn't have enough content.
You didn't
I
go
was there for a day and a half.
Yeah,
you weren't even there. You just
I
borrowed
filmed
footage.
me driving my SCX-10 III, like when they were setting up for the last night's ceremony, their 3-hour ceremonies that they do.
Yes,
the best time to go run trails.
Oh
yeah. So I went and ran
unless
the trails.
you're working.
So yeah,
but that's exactly what I did. I went out and shot a whole whack of footage for my video for Axialfest when I wasn't it wasn't even happening.
Yeah,
like we were setting up, and I put some gates in the area that I wanted to shoot.
Oh my God, you said
that's just dishonest.
No, that's filmmaking.
That's film.
Which is dishonest.
So you didn't really so you're only there for a day and a half, which even if someone else is looking at going, like if you can only go for a day and a half, go. Like
for sure.
Absolutely. But if you can go for 3 days,
I mean, don't go now because it's over.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
But
we might
go
get run
when
over
it's
by a 1-to-1.
Yeah. Right. But the one thing is like it's kind of crazy at Axialfest because of how many people go, how the same trail may be completely different from the first day to the last day.
Oh man, it gets tore up. Like I couldn't even compete. I couldn't complete the 24 scale one. It was just like they just chewed out there's like 2 gates I couldn't get up, and they make it usually pretty easy.
Had to run on. Like,
what?
The 24 scale, like you were talking about that 24 scale on your live feed last night, and I was just like, I was thinking about a 24 scale trail, and like, how long was the trail? Like
it was 25 gates or something. 30.
Well, that's not bad.
Like,
that would be doable.
Distance.
I mean, it was the top of the main rock, so it was probably like 100-foot by 100-foot area. It was pretty big for 24 scale.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was just like, I was trying to imagine because the 24 scale at last year's Axialfest up here, it was a good area. It was right up by the rock race, and it was pretty short. Like, the actual.
Well, they probably learned from that and then expanded it.
Well, ours was pretty big 2 years ago when I went because it was one of the best courses. It just looks so scale. It looks like you're out west when they're just the rock that they have there that you're on. Just the little bumps. And last time they made it so easy, like it was just like, okay, that was fun, cute. This one I'm like, okay, I can't even get up these. Like I'd have to have a winch to get up some of these. So
well, the difference
you
in the
have now
SCX-24 market from 2 years ago till now is pretty
well.
wild.
I was not running a stock SCX-24. I had a Furatech. So I learned about Furatech from you guys when you did your build off.
You're welcome.
Yes, and so I went up at A main. And
was it
from your link?
A main?
From your link? A main. So yeah, I grabbed it from a link from one of you guys and bought it. And now I've got too many of them to talk about.
And a website where you're selling them.
Yeah, another nice
so I actually
segue.
have a connection with them now through it all. I started doing videos on all their stuff, and so
their monster truck conversion was, or the kit was pretty neat.
Yep.
Yes, and that doesn't use SCX-24 axles. That uses like the Enduro style. Is that right? Like
Barrage or Enduro or the RGT.
Right.
They're
There is one of the little guys.
Yeah. So these ones are you can only get the blue one from my site. So I worked on a deal with them.
Exclusivity.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you.
Because it looks really good with the son of a digger body on top of it. And they didn't have a blue one. And I asked them if they could make it. So,
now do you think they would make an orange one?
Yes. And it would be a bad habit body.
Do you? Yeah, I don't even know what that means. I
of course.
presume it's a monster truck.
It's a truck. Yeah.
But what was the sort of the reasoning for you to get into this? Did you see that like you just wanted to fill a hole in the market, or was it more of like
greed?
No. So ever since a lot of these smaller ones were coming out, like the 24 scale, like the larger metal ones, the toy ones. I always thought about, well, what if I just like took all the SCX 24 stuff and put it inside of that chassis, which Kevin Talbot actually ended up doing. I was too lazy and busy at the time, and he took it all apart, basically hot glued stuff in and made a.
Sounds right.
I was going to say I'm not familiar with his work.
A hot glued SCX 24 based, or one of the mini crawlers based monster trucks, and then from there, we've just been people started coming out with 3D printed ones, and I've done every iteration of them pretty much that's come out, and this is the easiest one to go fast with because
that's what it looks like. You can buy a little bomb-proof transmission, a brushless motor setup, metal geared axles.
Yep,
and
they come with the metal gear axles now in these. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I saw that.
Yep,
that's cool.
So it looked pretty legit. What I found interesting, be interesting to hear, like the backside of your story is like
real quick. If you guys are interested in any of this stuff from Tony, just check the description. There's a link to his website there.
Right. But you had commented on it in like a couple of videos or maybe social media. I don't really remember where you were posting it, but like you really liked these 124 scales, both the SCX 24 stuff and now the monster truck side of it. But it sounded like some of your crowd was like getting maybe a little bit like wanting you to
tired of the little stuff.
How did that like?
Well, it was winter here, right? So like, there's only so much we can do. So I was doing some indoor crawling because we have that here. Michigan has so many like. I could go comping like 4 days a week here if I wanted to.
Wow.
So,
that's nice.
There's 2 places locally that are easy to get to within 30 minutes that do comps twice a week. And then when they run another one, they do 3 times a week. So Tuesday, one of them reaction is at Tuesday night, 10 scale, Thursday night, 24 scale. And then Sunday when they're doing the league is both. So you can comp both. And that one's their actual, like, for points and stuff. And then the other one, Crawler Space RC, they do Wednesday night, and then they do Saturdays.
That's a lot of days.
Nice.
So the Wednesday night one, though, man, that comp and stuff is crazy. Like, it's winches and, like, technical lines. Like, these are, like, this is what you'd like, Josh. Like, these things don't look scale. They're just, like, all performance. Like they got the boat side, and all that. Well, no, I know.
I'm kidding.
I know you know still exactly do the scale. You do enough scale to get points, right? Like just to qualify for the points if they have them. But then it's all like winning.
The parts of mine that are scale are the ones go mad. Go, what is that?
But so
all the things Josh does just are the things I would never do.
So I don't run my Axials up here. So that's funny. Like I haven't driven it since I was at Badlands, I think before. I actually ran it on some trails, USTE. But like my SCX 10.3, I got small tires on it, like mud terrain, BF Goodrich, RC 4-wheel drive tires on it that look like the ones that were on my Jeep.
Was that a special edition that they offered? Or
it sounds very elite of you.
Yeah, super elite. It's not something I would...
Mud terrain tires?
No. That's the joke. The Gladiator, the special edition Gladiator.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't have that. Although I am in that program, so I got that email like a long time ago to buy into that. Because if you like pay with their Amazon Prime thing or whatever, but their
version of it,
yeah. But I get 2 days, shipping. Like FedEx is like, it's so fast.
Yeah. Well, you got the main warehouse there,
and they're so close.
Right around the corner.
So, yeah, but the Yeah, I don't have that. I don't even have a Gladiator. I have the SCX M3 Jeep kit. I built it. So I put the click in mine on my own. So nobody
think about
green?
That click. Maybe they stole it. Yeah, but it was
angry eyes.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Of course.
But you don't have the full size Jeep anymore, though.
No, it died.
No. You sold that, huh?
No, there
was an accident.
Well, you had the accident while towing. I didn't know that was the end of that.
We were driving. My wife was driving. We were redneck, man. So we were like, I was driving this like 2002 Fleetwood Bounder, like, by then we had already roller painted it white with rollers and white house paint. So it was like blinding going down the road for anybody near us. It's this big white wall, and and I'm towing my tractor behind it on an 18-foot car trailer behind it. So like big old RV towing the tractor, and my wife's behind with the Jeep driving behind, watching, making sure that nothing goes wrong. Well, what went wrong is the axle snapped right off of the Jeep. Like the wheel came right off. I think that the bearing, that whole carrier thing, just like cut through the axle because it was just sheared right off, like just cut. And it was insane. Like the guys that were looking at it for the insurance are just like, what happened?
That was definitely a scary looking scene.
No kidding. Totaled it out.
Your wife and
son. One of my sons was in it.
One of them was the other one was with you in the
one of them was with me.
RV.
In the RV. That there is an RV. That's what it was like. So that's what it's like. We'd say we have an RV, but it's like it's an RV. Like but we gutted the whole thing. Like, and we put like IKEA stuff in it, and we've redone the inside. And
what part of Michigan are you in, Tony?
Grand Rapids. So we're West Michigan. We're like right on Lake Michigan. It's an insane part. There's like, oh my goodness.
So anybody wondering what part of right next to Detroit?
Yeah, there's sand dunes everywhere and parks everywhere, and like it's cool.
That's,
we have
very
winter.
Nice part.
Yeah, but there's something to do even in winter here. So harder for RCs, but there's like sledding, hills, and
just get paddle
skiing
tires
and all that. I got some paddle tires, but the snow. Yeah. We get a lot of snow. Not Canadian snow, but yeah.
I know all about snow.
Yep. So anyway, but yeah, the 24th thing was kind of weird. People were getting upset about it, but my boys were into it. Was that
different than? Because I guess you were kind of more coastal before, so you didn't have the winter downtime, or?
Oh, winter was when you were out. We had summer downtime because it's so hot and the bugs are so, like, you can't drive because there's like these biting flies that just swarm you. Like I wouldn't go out and film in the summer because you get, one, the snakes, two, the biting flies, and not fun. And the humidity was like dumb.
And the Dementors.
Yeah, Dementors. And chiggers and all kinds of stuff. I didn't have enough clothing in my closet to go through a 10-minute shoot, so
when I used to go film a lot with Headquake, and when I would go out there, he lived a bit north of the city, so when I would go out there, I would have to wear like a full-on mosquito shirt.
Yeah,
with like the
head
mask,
thing,
the full mesh bodysuit.
You were just beekeeping out there,
basically, because the bugs were so bad.
Yeah,
all the time.
I will say, coming from the Midwest and like living that buggy summer, Nicole, I'd like call her on my way home. Be like, hey, I'll be home in 20 minutes. Turn the porch light off so that when I come inside,
you don't bring all the bugs with you.
Yeah. You should see coming in here at night, like. Because we're on the river too, so we got like those fish flies that are just like on everything. Oh my gosh! Right. I turn off the lights in here before I go outside, and I make sure I have the outside light on so that they're ready to
pay more attention to that.
Yeah,
and out here it's just not a thing. Like there's just not screens on a lot of people's windows. People just leave doors wide open, and there's just not bugs.
Homeless people just move in when they want.
There is that. You get bat away a homeless person every once in a while.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
No, we absolutely love it here. Like west side of Michigan, like people don't understand. Like I try to tell them, like when we told them we were moving, they're like, "You got to be kidding! Like why would you do that?" It like we're outside all summer. Like it's beautiful here, and in Virginia, like when the kids are out of school, like it was just stay inside or be in the pool. And I mean, it's awesome. And I don't mind the cold. Like we were ice fishing, you know, we were doing all kinds of crazy stuff, having fun. So, yeah,
ice
snowmobiles are crazy out here. Like there's trails everywhere. So there's a lot of fun stuff, but it's also just an outdoor state. Like everybody boats, everybody's got off-road vehicles. Like you should have seen us when you're going up to Mackinac. So in Michigan, you can apparently drive a truck, tow a trailer, and then have like a boat behind that. Like you can like go 3 deep on that thing, and they're like nuts like out here. Like they got their Jeeps. So many Jeeps and side by sides and 4-wheelers, and there's trails for them everywhere. It's awesome. So yeah, it's not quite out west like you got, but it's as close as we get on the Midwest.
But we also, if you have more than 2 axles, you have to drive 55 miles an hour. So there's no of this.
Well, not in Michigan. We're home in the auto industry, man. If you ain't going 90, you're getting run over. Shoot.
You know.
I noticed that as I crossed into Michigan on my way back from Alabama. Things got fast
and bumpy, like like the road it deteriorates immediately across the border. It's like
rapid change.
Your car could disappear in that hole.
It was very fast until I got to the bridge, and then it was very slow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Windsor, but no. So
now
I don't know. 24 scale is where it's at for us. Like I like it better than 10 scale, honestly. Like for crawling, all day long. I'm sorry. Like it's like I
Thanks for coming on the show, Tony.
I know. How many times like there's
I like them, man. They are a lot of fun, and I like modding on them, and I liked our budget build and everything, but nothing beats the bigger stuff, man.
For comping, I would say that's where I like it better.
Now,
I'd still say
if there was a 24 scale competition series here, I absolutely bet I would be into it. There's no
I
way
would participate,
man. Like it's so
I would
much
participate
fun.
for sure.
But
I would also
no way I would like it more than 110. 110 scale trucks are just so much better. But 124 scale is great for the price. You can build
so
really
that's the thing.
I can't
build your truck. Scales. And there's a limit to how good the SCX24s get. And so I think that's what I like about it. Like as far as the competition
so you think that
goes,
it's more of like there's going to be an even playing field at the very top end because nobody can get
it's my retro.
That.
It's my retro class in monster trucks, and that's what I like about it.
Interesting way of putting it.
It evens out.
I like that actually.
So
yeah,
I go
true.
to the other comps, and I go knowing that I don't stand a chance of being in the top 5 ever. Like, you know, if people show up, you know, it's just not going to happen because they all own metal shops up here, and they all they're custom. Like their wheel sets are custom made. Everything's like they go nuts.
I just like Michigan people.
Dude, you would love it here. I'm telling you, if you came and you just got to talk with them, like they've got 4 winches in their trucks, like going every single direction.
So I've seen you posted up some of your comp footage, like from when the 10 scale stuff. I think you were driving the Ecto.
Yeah, it's my most competitive truck I have. Well, I have my Vanquish. But the body is not so good for comping right now, so I need to change the body back.
Yeah, what body is that?
It's a Lloyd.
There?
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's a Lloyd.
Well, it's an RC Patina guy, Lloyd.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who painted it.
Sergeant Slaughter or something.
It's nice. That. It's nice that he did it. And he did a very nice job on it, but it's still a freaking Lloyd.
Yeah, exactly. I say that same thing to Moose Jaw.
Yeah. Well, he did one too. I saw it was pretty good.
His also is very nice.
One. Yeah,
it is,
but it's still a Lloyd.
Body, it's so long. Is the problem? Like you can't.
It is. I couldn't believe it.
It comes off the back end 2 feet. It's
Yeah, it's just like I know we made this roof super tall, so we might as well make the bed way too long. Like,
what about people for bumpers? What are they going to do for bumpers? Don't worry about that. That's not a thing.
It has a molded bumper in it.
It's got a bumper on it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
We just painted that up.
Saigon Shaker is what. Okay, what I call it.
That's what it's for. It's for Saigon Shaker. That's what it's really for, I think.
SS.
Close.
Something SS.
It's what us
Close.
monster truck guys wanted, and that's what it
Why?
But I had to get one because you just brought it up so much that I couldn't help but poke the bear. So
yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
I know. Oh, that's Chris asked a great question. What do you think of the Gozer? Do you own a Gozer body?
No.
No.
I don't like I like the Brodozer truck in that it's diesel and it's cool that way. But no, I wasn't a fan of the real truck body, and so
Fair enough.
I see people running it for comp stuff though because it's tucked, but
it's
well, J Concepts they do a lot of monster truck stuff though, right?
Do they?
Not just
yeah.
Do they? They do.
Do they?
Yeah.
I think they do.
Do they? I think they do. I don't know. I don't have any monster trucks because
so most of it's based for that, so it doesn't scale down to the crawlers super well. But
even this, even the stuff they do, like they do wheels and tires.
The fact that they did the transport tires, I think, was their coolest move they've done in a long time.
Yeah,
it was. Cool.
I agree. That was pretty cool.
So I don't understand why you guys don't do like a scale monster truck build off. Like, there's so much scale stuff you could do to them to actually like.
I mean, I guess we could practice. You just want to like.
You don't have to drive them. Like
practice
just like the rest
breath
of the
for
truck.
a real long time for a while, Matt. You can just.
Yeah.
You don't have to drive it. You just have to make it look scale.
I can do that. Yeah,
that's what you're good
happy
at.
to do that. All right.
No.
I guess I'm buying an LMT then.
Yeah,
well, that's not the scale one, but
oh, which one am I supposed to buy?
I would get the LMT any day of the week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Twice on Sunday.
Get the ready to run or get the kit while you can.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I heard that the roller's going away. It sounds like it.
You want the black chassis.
Boy. All right.
Oh, that's only available in the roller?
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
It would be nice if they came out with another ready to run that would have a black chassis that would sell
that's right,
well.
because the son of a digger has the blue chassis. And then they have the grave digger in green, and
yeah, that's why I wanted that. That's why I wanted that PureTech one in blue.
That makes sense.
So there's no kit. It's just a roller.
It's a
roller.
Which is even
yeah.
better. Like okay.
It's got wheels and everything. Yeah.
I think it's on sizzling summer deals too.
Yeah.
What's it cost on A-Main right now?
It's on Horizon. It's $329.
It's $349 on A-Main.
$329 on Horizon. So just saying.
But I'm already logged into A-Main. So.
That was very like elitist.
What an elitist move that is.
That's what I was thinking.
What a scumbag.
Sponsored by A-Main.
Yeah.
I do have some stuff ready to order from
A-Main.
What?
It's already in my cart, so it's $20.
It's in my cart.
Homeless people living all around me.
That could be the fan car, Matt.
I told you we could do it on a monster truck.
Wrong. I think there is no other monster truck you would suggest over the LMT, right, Tony?
Well, yes.
Are you going to Raminator us?
Well, they're all custom made, like they're metal, built chassis, but they're for the LMT. Like you take all the parts from the LMT and mount them to the chassis that are like full on tube chassis that are
Josh, let's just talk
unreal.
to the Raminator guy. Be like, hey,
listen, we want to.
Why don't you send us a couple of those?
Yeah, Matt's gonna need some extra parts too, so send him two.
Send him two.
Speed
you
runs.
do have that. You do have the original Raminator, right?
Yes.
And how often are you driving it?
Since moving, not often. Before I moved, all the time. It was like my go-to.
I did watch you crash it a lot.
Oh man, I love driving it. So I just have to. It has like the. I'm blanking on the name. The choke. It's just like one of those little flip metal plates that kind of you put in between the air filter and.
Yeah.
I just have to bend it because it keeps slipping. Like you'll jump and it'll bog
goes
out.
down and chokes out.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just have to kind of bend it so it like kind of has more friction. But I had somebody coming over to look at it. So the problem is I listen to YouTube, and everybody's like, it sounds awful. It's not tuned, blah, blah, blah. And then so I was talking to the guys from Primal. They're like, dude, you got one of the best tunes on the stock motor of anybody. So So they all think it's like a dual stage, like, you know, high low. It's one, like there's one knob on it. It's just like tuned somewhere in the middle. You have to choose whether you want low or high, you know, where you want to have a little bit more of that pep, you know. So I just kind of choose kind of just north of the middle just to have it really kind of, I don't know. But yeah, so everyone's telling me that it's terrible, but it's because they don't have one and they don't understand the motor itself. So I just need to ignore them and just keep running it as it is, because it's been awesome. I've had, like, it pull starts like immediately, like 2 pulls and it's going.
It's such, I mean,
it's big.
It's huge.
It's so big.
Yeah. My problem is that I bend the shocks. So I'm going to buy the new shocks because they're like twice as thick now.
Really?
Some of the
shock
shafts ever. Oh my gosh. Yeah. They're massive now.
Yeah. They look like the shocks off of a Walmart bike in the back.
Yeah. Well, before they were thin for what they were, and I kept bending them. But I changed the angles on mine, and I did a bunch, so it's kind of my own fault. But I was trying to get more, you know, better suspension out of it, which I did. But the problem is, you can bend the shock shaft if you land wrong.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, well,
I have to answer a quick question. I did not paint the windows on this truck. It's the overspray film. I painted it on the outside, and you cut the overspray film and leave it on. So
did I lose Matt's audio?
I lost him.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Sometimes the headphones just decide to connect to the other computer.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect timing. Did everybody miss that?
We heard you say that you have to cut it off, and then you were starting to go into depth, and that was fine anyway.
Nobody needs to know anymore.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
So now, you guys should totally ask for those. But no, LMT.
I'm looking at the LMT. Like, I see that the roller, but is it just, like, in all honesty, like, should you just get the RTR and be done?
Yes, because you got a body with it then.
Yeah.
Well, Josh can't paint, so yeah, he's got to get that.
So that seems like a better idea.
But you can just take the cage off them too and put any body on them you want. It comes with body posts that you can they screw into the chassis.
Right.
But then it's not scale looking. But
yeah, I mean, and honestly, the son of a digger looks pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Well, hold on.
So you lose the whole front of it.
I'm calling dibs on.
I already
no. I don't want this son of a digger. It looks like a Lloyd from the front. You can have it. It's all yours. I'll take the grave digger, but I'll make it the mortician's shovel.
The mortician's apprentice. What did they call it?
That's what they called it. Isn't that what they called it?
The mortician.
No, J Concepts called it, like, they had a worse name for it. Surprise.
Was it son of a mortician or
monster truck? I'm looking it up because I need to find it. They have the mortician body, yes.
Yep.
And then they've got the junior mortician.
Junior mortician, whatever.
Oh, brother.
Got to get around licensing.
Yeah, but they have a Samson body, so they obviously know how to license things.
Well, they license that. Well, they can't license through Feld because of
Monster Jam rules, right?
I'm getting this Samson. I've always wanted that big, muscly arm guy.
To do it as Hulk. That'd be really cool. You make a Hulk one. There you go. They had a Hulk one.
Full of ideas, that. Tony. Full of ideas.
Well, they did do a Hulk version with that truck. A paint scheme, but
oh, okay.
Yeah. Not super original. But yeah.
All right. So
they're pretty cool.
Son of a digger it is. That's
darn it. I can't believe we're doing this.
What are you going to do? Like a jump off or something?
No, we're going to make them suck. Literally.
Oh. Put a winch in them.
No. We were talking earlier.
Did you watch any of the Goodwood Festival of Speed, Tony?
No.
Okay,
you know
so
what
we
the
were talking
Festival
earlier.
of Speed is?
No.
Okay, it's
Do you know where Britain is?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been there.
All right.
Oh, well, you're ahead of me there. They have it's basically a hill climb-ish type thing, you know.
Okay.
Not really, but kind of. Anyway,
it's on
just time.
private land, right? Like it's a really rich guy's property, and it's basically his driveway, isn't it?
I'm unfamiliar with that detail.
I think it
basically they do a time trial, start to end, and the one that won this year was #fan car.
Yep.
McMurtry
Spearling.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's like the old school Le Mans car with the fan underneath that sucked it to the ground.
Yep.
And it's an electric car though, so it was on rails.
Wow.
And just glued to the ground.
It obliterated the record.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It topped F1 car records. Like
it beat them. It would beat them at Silverstone. Like if it raced against them on the F1 track in Silverstone, it would beat them.
For a lap at least. Right.
And that's all. I mean, yeah. Until it ran out of batteries.
Exactly. So it truly impressed. And Matt and I both were just like, we should do that. We should build fan cars. And we were like, we should do it with something that doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
And
so LMT.
LMT makes absolutely no sense. Like,
it doesn't make any sense at all.
You got to run them before you put the fans in them because they're pretty wild. Save your bodies, but yeah. They're really
well. If,
so the best
if it
part
sucks hard
it
enough, we won't need to worry about the body.
Yeah, in like a 30 by 30 area, you can have so much fun with an LMT. That's the best part. You don't have to have like ARMA area or anything like that. It can go fast, but
why do you say that is compared to just like my Outcast? I love my Outcast.
Well, because we can just make little like Monster Jam style jumps and just, do backflips and moonwalks and bicycles and like the scale type jumps in what would be kind of a scale arena form. And it's super fun. Yeah, it doesn't have to be full trigger, full, whatever, just. Oh,
so, well, now you've lost Josh because his throttle only has 2 positions.
Yeah. We'll watch Big America on Instagram. If you're not following Big America.
Oh, yeah. I see all of his with the audio dubbed over, slow motion backflips and all that.
Some wicked stuff for just a little space.
Right. Now, I don't know that I will have that level of... I get what he's doing because, like... So I guess that's the big thing. Like, I get what he's doing now. It looks pretty scale, It's getting like the type of air Matt gets with his Haas, Yeah. Like just
3 feet of air. Got like 3 feet of air that time.
Matt's like, I look pretty sick air in that video, wasn't it?
Taking off any sweet jumps.
Hey, the great thing about it though is that it's not broken.
Yeah.
So.
But I think, like when I do bash, I like my Outcast. I like to do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Is the LMT going to
have those axles? If you put aluminum axles on, yes, all day.
That I see.
I send it. Yeah.
All of a sudden, Vanquish is making aluminum axles for the LMT.
If you put aluminum axles on it, it's insane. That's the break point. When you see how big the links are on it and like the rod ends, it's huge. Like that's what really changed it. So like Freestyle RC used to be the truck to get, and they were expensive.
Oh yeah. Oh, and so ugly.
But you have to get the I have the Pro C one that's like the cantilever. Like
but like the axles that they had.
The square ones, can't break them.
Oh, they're you want to by the look of them.
Well, they're tunable. That's it. Like there's holes everywhere, so whatever chassis you want to mount to it, you can move it from there. But and they're indestructible because they're running like the Emax diffs in that.
Right.
Oh man, they just take a beating. So they're just Emax drive shafts and diffs, and those are those huge. They'll take just a pounding, even though they're plastic. Like they don't break. So they've made it indestructible. But it was rod ends. You'd always break rod ends. Huh. So that was the give point. So they actually made me one that has acrylic links. The whole thing is a solid piece of like acrylic, like huge. So I took it down to Monster Jam World Finals and almost won the freestyle with it because you couldn't break it. Like you could just send it as big, like triple flips and like nuts, like because with that cantilever suspension too, like as bad as you land, it just stays on the ground, like no rebound. It's just like it suctions to the ground, like it has a fan sucking it down.
Talk a little bit more about
cool because you want to get upset and whatever with the monster truck, but at something like that, when the fans see it go high and like, whatever, they don't care that you're doing like the little moonwalks and stuff. They just want to see it go high and crash hard. So
yeah,
it was awesome. But
talk a little bit more about the Monster Jam World Finals. Is that like that's fully RC, that event?
No, so the Monster Jam World Finals is
both?
the actual Monster Jam Truck World Finals in Orlando.
And then they have an RC event along with it?
So they have pit parties. If you go to any of the Monster Jams, they'll have a pit party where the trucks are all on display. The drivers are out. Kids can talk to them. Look at the trucks up close.
You say kids, but you mean Tony.
Yeah, it's all, the kids are there because the dads are there. Like, you're coming with me to this boy.
Can I get your picture?
You're going to like this.
I'm
going to buy you this toy and you're going to play with it. No, a lot of the kids
I'm keeping one
like
too.
It. But a lot of people go to them. But yeah, so their pit party, they had racing at it. So, I mean, there's like bleachers, whatever. It's pretty cool. And it's my first year going to it. And we did, normal racing there. Then, so that was on Saturday. Sunday, we did freestyle. The cool thing was, so we did it, and we did a race. And then it was the 40th anniversary of Gravedigger. So there was a whole separate race that was all just Gravediggers that were made. So Barry Musauer, who's one of the drivers for Zombie, got into it through RC. They saw him down at Digger's Dungeon, said, "Hey, do you think you could drive a real truck?" Next thing you know, he's driving a real truck, Spider-Man, traveling around the world doing it.
That's crazy.
So he still does it though. So like he is a master. Like he used to do vinyl work. He worked at a vinyl shop. So he wraps all these bodies for everybody, like 40 different Gravediggers, like all these different, special ones. And it was super cool. But also like he built, so everybody had custom trucks so that they represented every one of the, and there's not like the Dragon truck. Like you can't just get a body for this crazy looking Dragon truck or Bakugan Dragonoid, like a toy, like all different kind of weird things. But he made them using different pieces of Lexan and different bodies and like screwing them together and doing vinyls for them. Super cool. But they had the drivers come. The actual Monster Jam drivers came. And so they had their own LMTs made that Barry made for them with their bodies. And so they had like 12 different Monster Jam drivers come and race them through all of it. And then they also did a freestyle the next day where the Monster Jam drivers came and freestyled the trucks and literally competed against each other in the RC event. And it was awesome. That was the best part of the whole weekend for me, like watching them.
That sounds pretty neat.
Because they would break something, but they didn't like, "Hey guys, here, what, like they would literally grab them, run up over to one of our tables and start working on them and fixing them. And they knew the stuff. It was pretty cool.
Barry came and toured our shop. I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. It was awesome. He was in town. He stopped at one of the local hobby shops. And we had kind of set it up before. Like they were coming in town for Monster Jam. So he was going to one of the hobby shops and he came over and he did he's an RC guy.
Oh yeah.
So, just showed him the shop and everything. And then he, invited us down. We went as they were setting up Monster Jam and bringing the trucks in on the trailers and all that kind of stuff. And we got to kind of walk around and look at the trucks and look at how their operations were. And that part of it was pretty awesome to just see the logistics and how all that stuff comes in and the trailers with their spare parts and how their spare motors are. And it's a pretty cool world to see how they mobilize that and how many different Monster Jam tours are going on at once.
Yep. Yeah, and it's less now because of COVID, but it was like 6 places, any given weekend. It's insane. Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's like 3 stadium tours and 3 arena tours or something. I don't even remember.
Huh.
The bummer is I miss the speedsters. They used to race the side-by-sides at the arenas, and I always thought that was the coolest. But now they don't do that or the four-wheeler racing anymore. But
two questions. 2 questions about LMT versus the SMT. Are they basically the same size?
Width and length, wheelbase wise, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, no. Like the LMT looks larger.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
I figured the LMT was bigger.
The drivetrain in the LMT is unreal. Like,
right.
I haven't busted a single diff, any drive shafts, nothing like that.
Okay, and then second question, LMT versus the Kyosho USA 1. Any comparison there, or are they so like far away from each other?
Yeah, so different.
Yeah.
The USA 1, is that twin force, mad force axle stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
But newer, they updated and made them beefier, but it's still chain drive.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite have the same handling. It handles more. I actually feel like it handles more like an independent suspension truck. It's kind of weird. The suspension's angled so much that it's really plush when you land. So it almost feels independent. But
got it.
It's not the same. They don't drive it all the same. Like for the tricks and all that kind of stuff, the LMT definitely, they're ready to run. I mean, I'm shocked by the Spectrum stuff. I just keep running it because it does great for what we need them to for it. But
that's why I looked at the roller and I'm like, man, for what it's going to cost me just to put electronics in it, and like I'd rather just buy the RTR and throw a better servo in it and then just be done.
Yeah. So that's the one thing is servo saver sucks on it. So I run like freestyle RC ones and I just go the opposite way. So I flip my servo over because it literally fits the length. It's basically like a spring.
Yeah.
That like Proline did, the big hit one that they used to do, kind of like that. But it goes from, add it to the knuckle and then run it to your just standard horn.
Right.
That's what I do. But other people get like the Trio one. But when you change out, you need some kind of servo saver. They're expensive. They're $50 for a freestyle RC one, but I don't bust servos. So
you get what you pay for, right?
That's protecting your servos is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
You talk a little bit about what you do for work. It's always confusing to me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's changed a lot in the last while.
Yeah. It's like
so
you're always it's always changing.
Yeah. So I did humanitarian work for 15 years, doing video production, like fundraising and that kind of stuff. Mainly it's like short documentaries, anywhere from 3 to 15-minute documentaries, traveling into different countries and showing either needs that are there that need to be met or showing needs that have been met, so people understand like where money goes if they do give. So it kind of varies between that kind of stuff. So that's kind of been the main thing that I've done. So between photography, a lot of photography for it, and then video work.
Now you were freelance, or?
I worked for 10 years for a company called Operation Blessing International. Okay. So I went to Haiti for the earthquake, ended up there for cholera, like when it happened. That was an accident. We were like straight up mud bogging, like 1-to-1. Like we were like, we're getting paid for this. People would pay to like be driving where we are right now. Like, winching people out of mud holes and just going for it. And then like, winching ourselves out and like, window deep, snorkels on these Lexus, literally water's in your windows. You're driving through these rivers and
that's crazy.
Cholera water is what it is too. Like it's like no joke, man. I've been crazy places like Joplin, went right from the Alabama tornado, Joplin, and
which is Missouri.
Missouri, but it's for
crazy
disaster.
Places. I've been to Missouri,
but that's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Like you stood.
That
in the
was
middle.
Wild.
If you stood at the very center of that and looked around, you thought the world had ended. It was like, these people crawled out of their basements and must have been like, uh-oh.
That was.
I lived somehow. After apocalypse. Well. Yeah,
it's messed up.
So, and it was right after a Haiti earthquake, which was bad, like death-wise, but visually was nothing like Joplin.
Oh,
yeah. But yeah, I've I go a lot of the coolest places at the worst times you could go there. It's kind of
that's what a weird combination.
It's sort of the reverse of what most people would
Last
do.
time Ukraine was under war, I was there in the bunkers on the front lines. And,
Tony, geez.
Yeah, the driver, my camera guy, so I'm producing. Camera guy's buckling up and the guy in the front yells something and the translator says, driver said, in case of the bombing, like no seatbelt. We need run from vehicle, like run from car fast, like.
Oh,
and then you're driving by and there's like these blown up white vans that look just like the one we're in, and I'm like, cool, like, yikes. Yeah, I was in Mali when the French troops were kicking out the terrorists out of there. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. I should write a book someday.
Yeah, you might want to do
won't. Then now I play with toy cars.
Podcast, maybe?
Super
Podcast?
safe. Super safe.
Well, careful. I mean, some of these things can get away from you, so.
I stepped on some kind of poisonous thorn tree thing at Axialfest. Went right through my Crocs.
I heard this discussion last night a little bit.
Right through my Crocs. Yeah.
You need some steel-soled Crocs.
Yes. I should have been wearing socks. If I had socks on, I don't think it had even gotten to me. But I wasn't.
You
wearing
gotta
socks
get a pair of Ultras with the rock guard. They've got an insert.
Make those?
Yeah, it's an insert that's like a hard plastic insert for the inside of the shoe. Get that Croc out of my face.
Got a hole. Is the one it went through? No, it went through the other one. Yeah, a big old puncture mark right in here where it went through. Yeah, I kept it. I stuck it in my SCX-10 bumper, and it's in the house for one of my kids to get poked by.
Yeah, perfect.
End up in the hospital.
Oh yeah.
No, but yeah, so
sepsis sets
so that's
in.
what I did for work.
If it smells like almonds.
Currently with COVID, I don't travel as much, and as big as everything's gotten for me, I'm kind of like edging my way out of it because being gone that long is tough.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be gone for weeks at a time, you know.
Yeah,
I was usually gone for like 3 months out of the year.
Yeah, that's a big chunk. I mean,
that's a lot.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, your whole like, yeah, I was here for this conflict, and I was over here for this conflict. And I play with. It's really a Mr. and Mrs. Smith type vibe. And it's like going to work and play with my RC trucks now.
Right. Well,
really like disappearing into war zones, then coming back like, no, it's fine. Wrench on my tiny truck.
I used to do drone videos that nobody would watch when I'd go, like to some kind of content. Like I had this, like the floating Uros Islands in Peru, like the largest lake that's elevation wise over 2 miles high or whatever. So I don't know, massive lake in Peru, which actually has one of my DJI drones at the bottom of it. But the second time was redemption. I got footage back on that one. But they make these houses out of reeds. And they make islands that float that they build their houses on also out of reeds. So and then they tie them all together, and like the water below them is like 70 feet deep. I learned that because they do a whole little tour, and so my drones, as I was gauging, like, do I jump for it or not? One, we had already talked about how cold it was in that little tour, and then how deep it was, and I'm like, I don't want to be 70 feet down with that drone later on, so I didn't jump off.
Just let it go, man.
You're just permanently down, just holding the drone, look of success, and just still
got it.
Well, we had to take off from a boat, so we were on this boat that's also made of reeds, and they fill them with 2-liter bottles. So they like take the reeds, make like a hull, drop all these plastic bottles in them, and then they basically stitch it up, and that's what you're on. It's like a double decker. So
like
we're up on top.
I feel like it could change the game.
Flex Seal could help.
It could. But, whatever. Third world country. So I'm flying it back. It's literally coming back to us, and the guy's reaching to grab it. DJI 1, China gimbal. Like we had to do so much back in the day
in
order to smooth it. Like GoPro Hero 1 or 2. So it's coming back in, and he's reaching for it to grab it by the, those bottom posts that come down. He's literally just grab it out of the air, and it goes the opposite way, 100, like full speed into the water. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's company one. So I got to like call them. Like my stomach just goes like all tingly. Like I got to email them and tell them I just sunk this drone, because they weren't cheap back then.
No, it was like, what was
all
that?
They're not cheap now, Tony.
It was like the DJI Flame Wheel and the NASA M control, or
Yeah, NASA controllers. Yep.
I remember all that stuff. That's when I built my first
$4,000 in that thing or something.
Oof.
Yeah, I went and did like the cheap version KK2 boards back in the day, because I was like, I'm not ponying up for this NASA controller. And it was And then I hit my
You have
house
to.
like 3 times. Like, shit about that NASA. But
Well, Tony, we have something in common. I have a drone at the bottom of a lake as well.
Oh no, do you?
Yes. That was
Which
my
lake?
Ontario.
Oh, that's
the
a big one.
The great one.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I'm not finding it. Yeah, it's gone.
It is also deep and cold.
Yes.
How'd you do that? It's always about how it happened. That's what's more better.
It was a healthy dose of inexperience and panic, I think was the other part of it.
That'll do.
Because it was not well calibrated, and it was sort of just kind of going away from me constantly, no matter what I did.
They can look like that. Sometimes it's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
It
Well,
looks like
the
they're
whole
going
like
away.
calibration where you hold it and spin around with it and all that.
Yeah, that was it. So
I don't do that. You literally just hold it and you just spin around with it. You don't have to like you literally just your whole body twist with it.
that's fine now.
Yeah.
Helpful to know.
Yeah.
But at the time, not useful now. It was just one of those things where it was like panic set in, so I hit the come back to home button, but I was not ready for it to decide that home was nowhere near where I was, because it just kind of went zip, and I was like,
oh my gosh.
When I was learning FPV at the beginning, I got a new camera. It was like the Hero Session style, but it was a fly cam or whatever, run cam. And I was still I was wearing the goggles, and I took off and went, yee, and then I was like learning how to fly in the like acro mode versus horizon, like whatever. It's like advanced mode versus beginner. And I thought I had it on this switch. So I was up at like 200 feet and I hit the switch and it was just like the off switch. And I just watched it in the goggles as I went right down on the pavement. Went over there, picked it up. It was the first 45 seconds of flight with that setup. And I was like, I'm not meant to fly.
I was in Panama,
same.
right at the Colombian border where the drug traffickers and all that come through, one of the safe places I like to go to. And so there's this tribe of people that live there on the river. And, I'd just done this whole thing like this. They'd showed me this drone footage this kid had gotten from there. And I'm like, wow, he must have like a new one. Like, I would never back my drone up like that because mine doesn't have like that reverse sensors and all that. Like, it's only on the front of it and the bottom. Like he must have the newer one that has like reverse sensors because, flying like that's crazy down the river. So anyway, that was like an hour before this happened. So I'm flying and all these kids are coming. So they're like all gathered around watching like the footage on the camera. So I'm kneeling down and I'm bringing it back and I look and I'm like, okay, there's power lines, but I'm above them. Not thinking, I'm like, well, I'm just going to keep pulling it back. These kids are watching. I stuck it like 50 feet in a tree, like just 50 to 75 feet up in a tree, just hung up in there. Luckily, would you believe that these people are known for
Tree climbing.
Tree climbing. Those dudes scaled that tree. Like they just like didn't even skip a beat and they're up the tree. I'm like, whoa, this isn't cool. This isn't safe. And then like they're telling me like, no, we climb trees. That's what we do. We bring all the fruit down from the trees. And I'm like, unfortunately, they just really shook like drones. They smacked it out of the tree, so it fell. It hit every branch on the way to the ground, but and only a few plastic pieces were kind of like I just pushed it back together, and it's been fine since. Still works. Still have it.
Incredible. That's
great. No, but yeah. It's crazy. That's kind of what I do for work. Crazy stuff like that.
You're still but you're not really doing that so much anymore.
So now I do a lot of freelance stuff, just whatever, like small, little gigs for colleges and universities, and they need some promo video or something. And then
how many
companies.
times do you sneak in an RC segment into one of these videos that you're paying? Come to the University of Michigan. We have an RC track.
Driving around. No.
Yeah. You should really wear Waldo, everyone. Just put an SCX24 on the shelf in the library.
That would be fantastic.
Yes. I love that idea.
There it is.
Look for it. Yeah. That'd be
great.
great.
It's the pink Bigfoot in the Dirt Every Day videos. Like,
Yeah.
And you've done a few videos for RC companies. I know you're just going to say that, but that's a pretty big honor as well.
Yeah. It's fun.
I think did you do the LMT stuff with them? Didn't you?
Yep. Yeah, I did their LMT videos. Their unboxing with the Andersons, and then they run videos for it, and then
that stuff was great.
Yeah, then I did 2 of the Sen, the F450, both releases for that, the new color and the original.
Oh, that's good. Yep. Very cool.
So, yep,
it's like it was meant to be.
Yeah, now I'm just doing my own stuff, trying to at least. But all started with that stinking vacuum former. That's what started everything, man.
Exactly.
And people wanted little things like the crush cars and that. And then I decided I wanted a tool because I couldn't find a tool that would do the everything from the minis to whatever. So all the multi-tools that you'd buy to just keep in your pocket didn't have or they were $50. So I did find a couple, but they were like $50 and I wasn't about to. So.
Even though I hate the concept of everyday carry, let's empty your pockets right now, Tony. Let's see what you got.
Well, I don't have anything. I just was out fishing.
Oh, because you're at home.
Freaking
just like a normal
people.
person. Yeah. You're at home like a normal person. Good job, Tony. Thank you.
Well, no, so I always have this.
Oh, well, that doesn't. Okay, so your pockets aren't empty. That counts.
So that's all I have in my pockets.
All right. I got absolutely nothing.
But I emptied them when I went on the boat because I tend to drop things.
I have my Ridge wallet.
Oh, God.
My knife. My AirPods, my key case, my key.
And I'm the psychopath. You're at home, Josh.
And $1.21 in change.
Change?
You carry change?
What do you have change for?
Because I bought things with cash and was given change.
What are you using cash for?
California, in case the electric grid goes down, you have to have cash.
Sometimes it's impossible to swipe the card. Like
I did Canada. Have my boat key too, because I just was on the boat. So I thought I was going to be late for this actually. So
well, hey, we delayed as much as we could.
Well, that's good.
And the pry bar.
Oh God. On that note, Tony, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you are interested in checking out Tony's stuff, he has a website which I have linked to in the description below.
Me too. It is in mine.
His product.
If you've got SCX24 needs, go check out his website.
Yep. Or
are you going to get into
truck stuff? You going to do more monster truck
parts?
Yeah.
No. I mean, it's really started with the tool. Like the tool was kind of, and that just sold out so fast that I, got a bunch more of them made, and then started dabbling in. Let's be honest. One of the best selling RCs out right now is the 24 scale, and it's also one of the RCs that needs the most upgrades to handle and be fun. Yeah. So,
you can go check out There's the Honey Badger servo.
Yeah. Wait till you guys see the next one, the Mighty Chihuahua. It's coming. Everything's about like being small, but like Baby Goliath is the motor. So they're all gonna have dumb names.
Junior Mortician.
Yeah, Mortician.
Yeah, I figured
apprentice or intern.
I would have done something Lloyd, but it was already taken. So
you can call it the Lloyd, but just take one of the L's off of it.
Okay. Or spell it Lloyd put the A in there. Lloyd.
Lloyd. Yeah. Yes. Oh, it's French. It must be good.
Yes, French Tony did talk about his Lloyd, Mr. Patina guy.
And we ripped it to shreds. Nice paint job.
I actually had a light on it earlier, but it fell off when I was grabbing the camera. It doesn't stand out as much as it was earlier when I got on.
Oh boy. Well, thank you very much for joining us tonight, Tony. It's been a real pleasure.
Guys.
As per usual.
You guys
we'll see
hilarious.
You again. No, you.
I enjoy it.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you for joining us, man.
Bye now. I think he popped off. Did the old pop off. Now you're frozen. What's wrong with your face?
I don't know. My camera's not coming back yet either. Try it again.
Now you're huge again, too.
Sometimes you got to do the off and then on again.
Yeah. It's all about IT. There you go. You're back.
Yes.
Good show. Good Tony.
Yeah, Tony's always great.
The stories. He's been everywhere. He's done everything. I've been nowhere. I've done nothing.
Yeah, my stories, none of them good. They're all from weird fields in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I've been to the edge of no country with a tribe of anybody.
Bucks RC World, thank you for saying that. Badass live stream. It's been a good one for sure.
Yes.
Tony says he really enjoys watching these, which is an absolute lie.
Scott O'Blander, thank you. He says Scott O'Blander just bought one of the baby Goliath motors. So again, if you do have a 24 scale, go check out his website.
Yeah,
shop around. I'm sure it will continue to expand, and allow him to do more and more. So support Tony.
Support Tony. Make Tony work more.
Yeah, make him stay at home.
Don't let him go to terrible places anymore.
For good reasons, even.
For good reason, yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
Okay. Well, what are you building on Friday, Josh?
That's it's a great question. I have no idea.
An LMT roller.
Now, I think that RTRs are a better idea.
In this case,
I don't know if it's the right for the fan car. The more
no. It's totally wrong.
I'm not saying that we don't need them.
Well, I mean, I can be swayed.
I can easily be swayed as well. And that son of a digger looks good enough that I'm just like...
It does look better than the green cage.
It does.
Right? But I don't like the body as much, but I can work with it. I'll pick up that Samson body. I've had my eye on.
Yeah. Samsonite. That's what you should just put on the side.
I was way off. God, that thing is hideous. Okay. We'll find a good one. The Gozer, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know what I'll think of something, but I've got lots of. Oh, I didn't talk about which. I forgot that for mail call. I did get my 3D scanner finally.
I think we talked about that last week.
Did we? I finally used it at least. It's
You've
fun.
used it a bunch.
Not a lot. Well, a lot. I've used it a lot. Only starting to learn things. I want to do a full video
learning curve.
I've got to do more. I want to put out a video that's decent, but sooner than later.
I have a video coming out tomorrow.
What on?
Stay up. It's on a couple of things.
Alrighty then.
It's on the phasers.
Oh yeah. That's
and possibly something else.
And guest.
Special guest star. Yeah.
That'll be fun. You didn't do a live stream yesterday.
No, I was busy painting that body.
That's right. You were deep in thought.
I was deep in paint.
So
yeah. But things are good. Things are happening. We'll come up with a way to develop that fan car idea, because I think that actually could be a lot of fun.
If you're watching this video after the fact, fan car
we already
suggestions.
Did it. Yeah. If you're watching this video possibly a year from the date that it aired,
check the Monthly Mayhem playlist.
Josh probably won. Although I don't know. That one could go a lot of different ways.
I don't know either on that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
that's
opportunity.
A more challenging one. Yeah.
So.
Definitely. We talked about his scanner projects for sure. Yes, we did, Wes. Thank you. All right. Thank you to Savage Patch ×2, Psycho 13 Garage, and Gunnar Nissen. Thank you, gentlemen.
I know that I forgot to put viewer activity on. Scott O'Blander, Savage Patch as well, Gunnar Nissen. And I feel like there was a couple more that I missed, but I apologize. We were talking about so many things.
Smitten with Tony's dulcet tones. Deep smitten.
Isotoners? I don't know. I don't know what fancy word you just tried to use on me, but
no. My theory.
All right, everybody. Thanks again.
All right. Yep. Have a great rest of the week.
Next week for another episode. It's over already. Seems like it just started.
2 hours ago. But yes.
I know. We even started on time.
Oh, all right. See you guys later. Love you. Bye.
Later.